little saltines are out there. Thanks for checking out this video today. Come on in, have a seat, get comfy. Welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, welcome to you. I like to refer to my viewers as saltines because I'm the salty psychic. I am a psychic. I know, it's literally crazy. If I knew 15, 20 years ago I'd be doing this, I probably would have had a major panic attack and never come out of my bedroom again. But here I am. I'm exposing myself to the world to hopefully help people. What do I have to say? I have a whole lot to say. This is just like 2 minutes worth of writing. So my channel is based, well, I should say my channel is about my view and opinions on things from a psychic perspective, if you will. So everything comes from my slightly unique perspective as being psychic, but I also share my life story with you guys, and all in the hopes of helping. That's all I want to do. I just want to help you guys, for God's sake. Now, I'm mostly a female-based channel. I love that. I'm totally into that because we ladies have to stick together. If there's any men here other than my husband or my son, Benjamin, you're definitely welcome. You may have to hear words like vagina sometimes. I don't know. I said the word vagina and my husband was watching my video and he's like, oh, come on. What? He doesn't like that word at all. But I'm sorry. That's how it goes here on my channel. So, and I wasn't being crude. I was referring to a surgery I had. And you know what? It has to do with self-care. I had to have surgery for some medically necessary things, and they improved other areas down there for me. So anyway, sometimes those words are going to pop up, okay? So I apologize if that's offensive, but hopefully it's not. And just plug your ears if you don't want to hear some of the female stuff, or fast forward. Just fast forward this. I mentioned at the beginning of this new YouTube channel, I used to be on YouTube before with quite a few followers, and I loved that, but then my life kind of caved in and I had to go away for a little while. But when I came back, I told you guys, I don't really want to be a crime channel. I'm absolutely happy and I love discussing crimes if I can help solve the mysteries. So that's what I love. I love hearing from spirit who are the victims in these murders, and getting information from them. And they do come into my presence all the time. So I love conveying spirit information. What I don't love is, for example, talking about the Vallow case, the Lori Vallow Daybell case. She crazy. I mean, she's not literally crazy, but you know, I don't care about her. I wish she was getting the death penalty. And I don't say that lightly. I don't. It may seem like I'm saying it lightly because it just comes out of my mouth loud and obnoxious. Because she deserves the death penalty. And I know she's not up for the death penalty. But I have nothing to say about the woman. I mean, what about her? I know Nancy Grace was talking about her, and, a lot of people are talking about her because her trial's going on right now. I don't really want to listen to, I don't know. Don't we know what happened? For the most part, when it comes to Chad's trial, that's going to be interesting. And for me as a psychic medium, I just don't want to hear from her son or sister-in-law. I mean, it's interesting to listen to, but it's not something I want to bring to the channel. It's just so heavy and baloney. You know, because my husband's like, well, you know, you should listen to this recording of her son talking to her from jail. And it's like, oh, I heard that years ago when it first happened. I heard the audio footage of Lori laughing and at her son. You just don't understand. You don't understand. Well, there's a lot, you know, you just don't get it. And you'll see, you know, whatever, lady. I have nothing nice to say, and I'm withdrawing. I'm holding back myself really hard right now, you guys, really hard, because I really just want to cuss her out. But that doesn't make me feel any better. But that's why I don't want to talk about that case. I don't want to talk about, oh, what happened in the trial today. Well, I want to talk to the victims. And as I was writing my notes down, for this episode, let me just read you what I wrote, and then I'll tell you what happened after that. So I said, I've tried many times to invite Tylee or JJ into my presence. Despite JJ being special needs and quite young, that is not a hurdle for spirits. I didn't see him at all. I don't see him at all. And then I said, Tylee, I don't see her at all. I have no confirmation that they are together. I have no avenue right now. This could change literally at any moment's notice. And then I wrote, oh, wait, I'm having a moment right now. When my husband asked me about this case originally, Tylee did show me herself with JJ. But nothing since then. So and that is how I knew they were past, because I did see Tylee with JJ smiling. She kind of had him holding him like that. Okay, now hold on, you guys. I'm getting the chills. That means spirits coming in. Could this be Tylee or JJ? Let's see. Maybe if I keep talking to them, they will come all the way in and show themselves to me. I'll be honest with you, as I always try to be very transparent with myself in all areas of my life with you guys. Hold on, spirit's talking. I can't even think straight. Okay, someone's getting in my body. Who is it? Knock, knock. Who is it? Who is this? What was I going to say? Oh, I have a hard time talking to people that have been dismembered. Not that it's difficult to get their information and translate it for you, but it's just awful. It's awful to look at. Oftentimes, spirit will allow me to feel what they went through, and it's horrifying. I mean, can you imagine all the times? I mean, all the spirits I've channeled who've been murdered. So if you're not aware, for me as a psychic medium, that means I go through the murder. I feel like I'm being murdered. And a lot of times I'm standing over the person as they're being murdered, and spirits getting in my legs. First they were in my right leg. Now they're in my left leg. They're right over here. Who is this? I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. What about Alex? Let's bring Alex up, Lori's brother. What happened to him? He killed himself? I don't think so. I have not channeled Alex, and I don't know what I want to, because he's a murderer. He's a murderer. You know what? I wish Alex was alive so that he could be dealt with his consequence. That he could stand trial like his sister and be held accountable. I mean, I did hear a little bit of clips here and there, very short amounts, because I just can't stand it. did he have 2 ex-wives or 2 wives? I heard a couple of different women who I think were married to him talking about him. There's no excuse to murder someone. We all can tell you, for the most part, most people didn't have a great, fantastic Disneyland type of childhood. Okay, so I could run around saying, well, you know what? My dad beat me when I was young, or, you know, whatever. Everything that I talk about my childhood. That's not an excuse. There's no excuse for bad behavior. And when we act bad, we have to be punished. Whatever that means, whatever your punishment may be as an adult. So whether it's apologizing, or if it's going to therapy, or if it's whatever your punishment is, I don't know. I don't really want to hear from Alex, but I do want to hear from the kids. And as I say that, that is literally my invitation to Spirit to come into my presence. I can see the kids, Tylee and JJ. I can see them, which is good. That's half the battle, is being able to see them. It's weird how this works. It's just, this is how it works for me. I don't know about other mediums. You know, we all have our ways. And it cracks me up too, because, and I've said this before, you know, so many spiritual people, such as psychics or mediums or just spiritual people, they talk so soft and they drink tea and nature, you know, and that's great. But that's not me. I don't talk like that. I don't know. I'm not your typical person. You know, like on YouTube, you see all these people doing tarot card readings and the way they talk. That's not me. I'm out of control. I'm loud. It's just like some things are just so ridiculous that I see in my mind. It's like, that is nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts what I do here. Anyway, so that's why I'm not going to be covering the case. I'm not going to be covering the courtroom drama. Now, when it's Chad's turn, I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to be nice at all with Chad. See, I'm getting itchy. If you're itching on this side, on your right side, that means money's coming. It's true. I swear. This has always been true for me. Itchy palm on the right hand, money's coming. That for sure. Okay, but it's my left hand today, so I don't have any reason for that. All right, let me check off my list. Speaking of tarot cards and rocks and stones and magnets and things like that, I don't do tarot cards. There's nothing wrong with tarot cards. I find it more entertaining. I would like to maybe do a reading with someone and then have someone else read their tarot cards and see how it matches up. I feel like there's a lot of interpretation with tarot cards, but there's a lot of interpretation with psychic mediums too, the information we get and how we get it. But there's nothing wrong with tarot cards. It's not evil. It's nothing against God, in my opinion. Everything on my channel is my opinion. I'm just a crazy woman on YouTube trying to help people. So everything here is my opinions. For legal reasons, I have to say that. Just ignore what I'm saying. I'm just crazy. Okay? All right. If you wear rocks or magnets, I really feel that helps your energy flow. It can improve your mood. It can make you just feel better overall if you're having period pain or headache or different ailments like those. there's some advantages to wearing magnets or even some certain kind of beads. I haven't worn beads or magnets in a long time. I do have a friend. I'll ask her what she recommends for some of the lady issues maybe that we have going on. I would like to know, like for pregnancy, for morning sickness, are there any rocks for that? Any holistic things for that? I had a dream last night. This is crazy. I had a dream that I was pregnant. I know I'm not pregnant. I'm 55. I got nothing left to make babies. I have no nothing going on down there. But it was so amazing. I loved being pregnant. I just loved feeling the baby's kick inside. I loved every single second. And I always chose with every child, every pregnancy, as sick as I was, I enjoyed every minute of even being sick, because that meant I was being blessed with a child. And it was, oh God, I get emotional. I just, I loved that time of my life being pregnant. So anyway, all right. So let's get on with some comments, questions. And I just printed them out here. I don't know why they print so large. I don't need them this large, but that's okay. It's fine. And again, this is a safe place. I want you to feel comfortable leaving your comments, leaving questions. I don't always get to every single one. Sometimes they're hard to find. Like I'll try and go back to find a comment somebody left. It's like, oh, I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. So if I don't get back to you, just keep throwing your questions out there. But this is a safe place. If there's an unsafe person here, they will be removed. Okay, so this comment question is from Kay Ollie. She says, Audrey, I can't even believe how much I enjoyed this. Holy crap. Truly love you. I have problems going to malls or busy places by myself. I think I'd pass out too. I remember when I first saw your videos, I think you had made a few bracelets. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Like with the beautiful beads and crystals. I couldn't believe how creative and thoughtful you were. I honestly keep hoping that people will notice you on here. We need to get 1,000 subs. Yes, that'd be great. I would love to know about any good meds for anxiety that you may know of. Thanks again for being so open. Well, thank you, Kay. And thank you for the compliments. Yeah, I do love making jewelry. I just haven't done it in a while. But I used to make bracelets for every person that I did a reading for. And I would give them a bracelet just as a reminder that your loved ones are always with you, and to think of your loved one whenever you feel the bracelet or look at the bracelet. Your loved ones are that close by. They're that close. And I'm getting chills right now. So I'm not a doctor or therapist, but I'll do a little pretending here and just talk to you about some good medication. So she's referring to a video I did where I shared about some of my disorders that I have. I have agoraphobia. So that means I can't leave my room or my house. I shared that I could hardly even get from my bedroom to the bathroom at one point in my life. So I take medication for that. So again, I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you I've been on medication since I was basically 15, not during pregnancies. Other than that, on medication, antidepressants. Medications are not a magical pill. In fact, when you start taking medication, it's like, I don't feel anything. What's happening? I don't feel any different. I'm still pissed off. I'm still scared. I'm still, my stomach's hurting still. I don't want to go anywhere. That's normal because it does take time for the medicine to kick in. I would say most medications, you're going to feel a difference probably in 2 to 3 days. You're going to start just noticing your mind kind of calmed down. And I don't mean you're going to be slow talk. Look at me. I'm on medication right now. I can't stop. I'm like this all the time. You have to get the right cocktail of medications, usually. So sometimes people can do just one antidepressant of sorts. But then the doctor will say, okay, well, I don't want you on too high a dose of drug A. So let's go ahead and add drug B into your system there slowly. And that's what works for me. I take 2 medications. I've had no problems at all, no side effects with any of the drugs. And the way it worked for me, let me go back many, many years and explain to you as someone with severe disorders, debilitating disorders. Let me kind of show you how it panned out for me. So I was very dysfunctional. I couldn't go to the store. I mean, I wish there was home delivery back then. Way back then, because I had such a hard time going to the grocery store. I could only go like to the first 20 feet, whatever's right there. That's all I could do, which is usually like fruit department or sodas on one side. Like that's all I could get. I would have to go sometimes at 4 a.m. to the grocery store when there's no one there. I tried everything. I was absolutely exhausted. It was difficult to drive. I felt panic and anxiety all the time in the car. I felt trapped at a stoplight. I couldn't have other cars around me. I would start hyperventilating and stuff like that. Awful, awful, awful. So terrible. So although I have been on medications on and off since a teenager, I wasn't on the right dose. I wasn't getting the right help. And I lived in Santa Cruz at the time, so, it's kind of hippie. You think that would be a good place to get some mental health help, but that wasn't a thing back then. There was no mental health. There wasn't. You're just nuts, and you take the pills and stop. Just stop with your drama. That's what people would call it, drama. You're just drama. You just want attention. No, I don't want attention. I don't want attention at all. In fact, I don't want anyone looking at me, ever. So once I got on the correct dose, everything was hard for me. Even going to the psychiatrist was difficult. Oh my God, I have a funny story to tell you, but I'll tell you later because you need the visual, and I can't do the visual right now, but it has to do with an appointment I had at the psychiatry department. You have to laugh. You have to laugh. Oh my God. Oh my God, the things I've been through. So once you find your cocktail, once I got my cocktail down, I just started feeling like, I want to go to the store. I'm going to go to TJ Maxx, or I'm going to go to Target today. I'm going to go put some gas in the car. I'm going to go take the car through the car wash. That kind of stuff. I just felt better. I felt like, when you have maybe COVID or a flu or something, and you're like, I just can't move. I'm stuck in bed. This is me now. I live in bed. That's me. And then as your sickness gets better, and you're like, you wake up, you're like, oh God, yeah, I think I can stretch a little. I think I can get up today and maybe take a shower. That's kind of the feeling. That's kind of what it felt like for me. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. Yep, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I think I can even go to the post office and send some stuff or whatever. So it kind of creeps up on you slowly. It does for me. And yeah, I have breakthrough days where I'm like, nope, not going, not going to go outside today. But not often. And it's not because I'm fearful. I just don't want to. And that's something that people with no mental health have that same thought too. You just don't want to go anywhere that day. Whatever, that's fine. You don't have to. So those are the medications I take. I have found, again, I am not a doctor or therapist, but listen to this. I always carry Dramamine with me. It's my emergency antipsychotic drug, okay? It's for dizzy, motion sickness, that kind of thing. It makes you sleepy. It doesn't make me sleepy. Nothing makes me sleepy. But if I find myself, usually traveling, this will happen to me. If I find myself a little slightly panicky, I just can feel it coming on, I'll take a Dramamine. And it goes away like in 10 minutes. The entire feeling of panic and fear and anxiety, it just goes away. I don't know why. I don't know how I even started doing that. I remember I started that at work, actually. I was just having some weird moments at work. And it's like, I feel like I'm going to fall or something. And so I took a Dramamine, and it's like, oh, wow, I feel totally relaxed now. I feel fine. Okay, all right, okay. And I even told my psychiatrist about it. He's like, you know what? That's fine. If that works for you, that's fine. So everyone's individual, but most people I know who have shared with me that they're on antidepressants do take a couple. And maybe you're someone who's like, I don't want to take drugs to feel better. Why, I want to be me. Well, if I'm being me, I'm no fun and I'm stuck in a bedroom. So I don't know who this is that you're saying now, but this is good. I like this, Audrey, instead of the other one. So it's up to you. I'm not trying to force pills on anybody. If you don't want to take them, you don't take them. And it doesn't mean that you have to stay on them your whole life. Maybe you're just going through a season where you need help, chemical help. Maybe you just need it for 6 months, and then you can start with your doctor lowering and decreasing the amount you take every day. It's a process, and everyone's process is different. Maybe you've lost somebody, and I've known people who have had to take antidepressants because they've lost their husband or spouse, child, that kind of thing. And that does help. And then, you take them for 6 months, 12 months, whatever, whenever you're ready, and then you come off of them. But my problems aren't caused from environmental stuff. Mine's just chemical imbalance. So that's a word we used to hear a lot, right? In the 70s, well, maybe 80s, 90s, chemical imbalance. There was one herb everyone was taking. Was it St. Johns Wort? St. John. Was it a wort? St. Johns Wort. Is that what it was called? I think so. Well, that did nothing for me. And I took that every day for months and months. It didn't do anything because my ex-husband did not allow me to take antidepressants. He told me he would have the kids taken from me if he found out I was on antidepressants. Well, eventually I got smart and told him where he can go. And in the meantime, I went to the doctor and got myself medication and got rid of that relationship. So I have not found that herbal remedies really work for me personally. I don't know why. But you could definitely try that first. But even the drugs do take time. The holistic medications take time as well. So they didn't work for me, but that doesn't mean they won't work for you. So I hope that helps you guys. What else did I want to say about that? One thing I've heard, I would say the last 10 years from my therapist is, and my behavioralist is, don't fight the thoughts. Don't fight the panic and the anxiety, because then that just makes it harder. It makes you more exhausted. Just let it come in and let it go out the other side. Just, you know what? F off. Just F off. Hello, how are you? Bad news. depression, anxiety. Yep. Hello. Nope. There you go. Out you go. And that's an uncomfortable thought for me, but I do find that it's helpful. And I kind of call it out because I still get symptoms once in a while, but hardly ever. But when I do get them, it's like, all right, well, F you. What do you want? Okay, go. Just acknowledge it and move on. There it is. Okay, well, goodbye. Kind of thing. So there's a lot of head games you have to play with these disorders and stuff. But and people take antidepressants for a lot of other reasons. Anti-seizure, they're used for, even bladder control. There's antidepressants to help with bladder control. I mean, drugs are interesting, but hopefully you live in a town or an area in the United States where you can get the proper help. When I was in Vermont, surprisingly, they don't believe in the same drug usage that we have here in California. But the good thing is you can get a California psychiatrist or therapist or doctor online. That's what my daughter does. She has an online psychiatrist out here in California, and she gets her drugs prescribed and everything, and she gets them filled in Vermont. So there's no reason to not get help these days. I want you to get the help to get your life back. Your loved ones who have passed don't want you to stay home in your pajamas watching soap operas. That's like my ultimate depressed feeling. There's nothing wrong with staying home sometimes. There's nothing wrong with wearing pajamas. That's not what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You're not going out. You're not doing anything. You're not brushing your hair. You're not taking a shower. Not doing laundry. You're not doing the dishes. There's no need to live like that. All right. I want to take this next comment from Louise Cook. Hi, Louise. She says, I always enjoy watching you, Audrey. I am your age and have so much in common with you. My hands are so arthritic and painful, so thanks for your remedy. I am going to try it. Also, thanks for being there discussing the menopause, etc. I find it so comforting. Listen to you. You are like my best friend. You look fantastic, by the way. Thank you for all the compliments. And I think I wrote back to you, Louise, that I think you're my best friend, too. I don't know. You guys are literally my friends. Does that make me weird? I don't know. I don't care. But thank you for all your kindness, Louise. And what I want to point out in her message here is discussing the menopause. So my gynecologist literally told me to call my psychiatrist when I was going through menopause to take medication. I'm sorry, for why? Because I didn't feel good, because my menopause was causing me to have all of those dysfunctional symptoms that I had. I'm not going to take more antidepressants because you don't want to give me the patch and the pill, the progesterone and the estrogen. I got so mad. I talked about this before, but don't take antidepressants for the wrong reasons. Don't let a gynecologist or whoever, whatever other doctor tell you need to go to the psychiatry, because you just stop. You're being dramatic. That's what my doctor basically told me, because I said I'm depressed. I said, I have no energy. I can't do anything for a long period of time. I have all these symptoms going on. No, I'm not going to increase my antidepressants. That's not going to do anything. So that's when I went and got a different doctor. And yeah, she put me on the progesterone and the estrogen. Happy days. Happy days. Again, check with your doctors. But Audrey, what if my doctors don't let me do anything that you've said? And they just say you're a crazy California wild woman or something. Well, there's a thing called second opinions. You can always get a second opinion. I believe it's our right as an American in our healthcare system, I believe, because I me and my husband and my son, we've gotten lots of second opinions throughout our lives. Start talking to people, start watching other YouTubers, start reading, reading articles, getting books. Don't let the doctors bully you into something they want you to do. My husband finds this all the time. He knows more than his doctors with all his health. All of it. He knows every bone, what it's called, what muscle does what. He knows everything. And he has to explain to the doctors a lot of times what's going on, what he has. And it's not that we want to be our own doctors, but we find the doctors aren't thorough enough. And, you get a 15-minute appointment, out you go after that. It's a problem. Our healthcare is a problem. And it's not good when it affects our mental health. And menopause can affect your mental health. It's just a fact. We're dealing with hormones and chemicals that are naturally in our body. It's a serious thing. Yeah, it used to be called the change of life. Why? Because your life freaking changes. Your life changes for the worse. I don't want that. I don't want that life. So thank you, Louise, for your comment. And all right. I don't know if I can do lives. I need a computer. I can use my phone to record or go on the live stream, but I need a computer in front of me to answer questions. So I'm not sure if my husband's computer is going to work with that. So I'm working on it. I might be able to go live without 1,000 subscribers, but let's try and get to the 1,000 subscribers regardless. So don't forget to please like this video, subscribe right now to this channel, and share this video. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I don't know, wherever you can. Send it to your friends, anybody, everybody. And don't forget about my jewelry website I have. It's called vintageenvy.org, where it's vintage and some antique jewelry from designers, famous designers of the past. So check that out, and I'll see you guys really soon. All right, take care. Mwah! Ciao.